everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw 5s from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look at the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, 5s. Again, another request. Everybody's been requesting a lot of troopers, so I'm trying to mix it up and make it different. And sorry if that sounded very sarcastic when I say I'm trying. I just mean that it's difficult. I talk about this every time. It's difficult to, I lost my picture, to get creative when it's the same shape all the time. Like, in other words, it's a trooper, and no offense, I know everybody loves them, that's why we're drawing them more, but because it's just, I'm drawing a stormtrooper over and over again, I'm trying to make it unique, you know, besides the color. It's like, what can I do to these to give it a unique feel? And so this one, I'm doing kind of a jumping pose with his guns out, kind of the old action gunplay, you know, jumping through the air, firing, battle, that kind of stuff, you know. That's what I'm going for. And the trick is, I don't have any in this pose, so it's up to me to figure out the position, or figure out how to make it work in this position. You know what I mean? Like let's give him a smaller gun. I gotta look at all the details and then figure out how to make it look correct in this position. So yeah, so I don't have, like, especially the helmet, I don't have him in this position, so I kind of have to figure out. Let's see, I kind of almost want his head like at an angle like this, like looking back that way. You know, that's the way he's shooting. So, you know, kind of have him tilted back a little bit. You know, like with that angle is what I'm trying to say. And I guess also I need to kind of like come up with a flow for his what do you call it? This little skirt. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean to say, haha, he's wearing a skirt. I mean, what else are you gonna call it, right? I mean, they're like leggings, maybe? And, you know, and also, let's talk about that too. I don't mean that in a mean way, like I'm saying that there's anything wrong with the skirt. I mean, you know, that's what a kilt is, right? I just meant, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, let's all be nice to each other. Okay, and so yeah, so since I'm going for like a jumping ARC Trooper pose, it's got to be a little creative in how to get him there. And we're going to do a lot of foreshortening. So in other words, his leg is bent here, back behind, and so it's more back like this, and so it looks shorter because of the way it's tilted back, you know. But that's kind of the fun of it. Like I said, that's when we get to create whatever we want, and it's up to us to try to figure that out. Now, he's got quite a few things on him. Too much if you ask me, but hey, nobody did. I'm not a designer. Nobody asked me to make this figure. Well, I take it back. Somebody asked me to draw it. Nobody asked me to design it. So I've got no place to say this is too much or that's not enough or all that. Because you know what? Men more talented than me. I know. You can't believe there's anybody out there more talented than me because I am the artist man alive, right? But people more talented than me came up with this character. So they know a little bit more about design because their design got through. Their design is actually created, right? So I can't argue with that. So my point is, there's a lot of stuff on him, so I've got to try to figure out how to get this to look right. Alright, so something like that. Okay, that looks good to me. Go. And so there's the other trick, like I was talking about, is that you've got to figure out what you're going to put in here and what you're not when you're moving stuff around like this. And I think that's going to work. So let me try to get this face mask down real fast. Because that's the other trick, is it's got to look quality enough. It's got to look believable, like this was actually a manufactured mask, that this has very specific shape, and this is fives. That's the trick. That's the, how do you make it look like fives and change the position, you know? Because now I've got it kind of facing up, so we're kind of losing some of that iconic shape. So I've got to make sure that I add enough back in that it still looks like it's supposed to look like. Especially here, because this whole helmet part, this little mohawk, you know, it kind of flies back, but when I've got his head tilted back like this, no, it doesn't. You know, you've got to try to make it look, and I think that works. I think I can use that right there. You've got to make it look like it's still the same form, but now it's shifted into a different position. And again, when you don't have it in that position, it's hard to do. But I think I got it. I think I'm happy with where we're gonna go. So let me erase some of these lines. I threw a lot of sketch lines down trying to figure this out. Now, I want just to leave myself enough that I can see where I'm going, but that the Sharpie stands out, not the pencil lines. So sorry if the camera's shaking, but I gotta shake the whole table just to get this done. You know how erasing goes. All right. But also I'm probably shaking it enough that you can't see everything, right? Okay, I think that's good. I say we welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where I'm going to go. So I'm just going to jump right in and I've already explained in the drawing that I've got his head turned it back a little bit, so the shape is going to change just slightly. So for his nose, I'm just going to dive straight in because I know where it's going to go. I'm going to do it like this, so the head is tilted back that way, okay? Okay, does this make sense? Do you see where we are now? That it's not quite looking at you, it's kind of going back this way. All right. So if the eyes are the window to the soul, this visor is the door to the ribcage. I don't know. I'm just making it up. And so this is where his mouth is going to be. So I'm going to do this. And that'll kind of show you where we're going to go with his mouth here. And he's got, you can't really see him, so I'm just going to do that. Because again, like most of our drawings, when it gets this tiny, the features of the face, can't get everything in. So I'm not worried about getting everything in. I'm just getting as much as I can in to keep the features looking the way they're supposed to. Now, these little pipes on the side, there's a line that goes through like that where it hits the edge. I'm not going to draw that because I'm going to do that with color, and it would stand out better if I do that with color. So since the whole thing is tilted, you can see this edge like this. All right, it's going to come back here and come up and do this. But this other side, I have kind of underneath his shoulder, because of the way he's moving, I've got movement in front of him, or his parts, I guess, are kind of obscuring some certain things. So I'm only going to do this for that part, and then as I get over here, I'm gonna. Well, here, let's just do it now. Let's just say that his shoulder piece is up like this. Okay, and I'll draw the rest in a second, but I'm just kind of showing you that this shoulder piece is in front of this mask. So that's why we're only going to see a certain part of it. Okay? And if you fit like this is so tiny, if you can fit that other part in there, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. So again, this line, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do that with color. I'm just going to come back up here and do this. That'll just at least give us placement for what's going to happen on his head here. This is going to come down here for his side piece. Like this. And this is now going to start to form the end of his head. The profile, I guess. It's not really the end. And I'm going to start to thicken my lines up, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So that's why I'm just trying to make up for what's about to happen. Okay, so here's his little cheek piece. So this line would continue over. That's what I'm talking about. Color is going to take care of that. So I'm just kind of drawing the edge of this one just to give us the edge. That's a hard edge that you can actually see. That's a creased edge that you can't see. So you can only see just a little bit of this side for this one over here, because again, his head is turned, and that's the whole idea. That's what we're trying to do, is get it to look like his head is in a different position because of the way I have him tilted and turned for this jumpy position. Okay, I'm going to do his, the top of the visor going across. And look, I didn't even get it straight across. Oh well, no big deal. And it's going to be black. But I'm still going to try to make it hollow, then color it in with color. Like this. That's what I mean by hollow, like not touching the edges. If you can do it, great. If not, don't worry about it. Because look, even I can't do it. Even mine got super close right there. It's okay. No big deal. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so for his head, I'm going to bring it up like this. I've already sketched it out. That's why I'm just kind of following my sketch. Now, again, I talked about this in the sketch. The visor, or the mohawk, it's a little turn differently because of his positioning. So I'm going to do this side just so I can get comfortable with it. Like this. Perfect. That's what I wanted to do. It's coming down here. And when I do this end, I'm going to go follow it about around and then the side of the head. So this is the bottom of the mohawk. Then when I hit the curve, boom, it changes position. Everything changes. So something like that. But this keeps going back. So I'm going to do this again, just to kind of show the hard edge of it. Same thing here. Something like that. Again, I'm thickening stuff up because of what's about to happen. The scars, all that stuff, the color. I'm gonna do that with color. I'm not worried about it. Now, we spent a lot of time on his head. We gotta get going. I'm gonna draw his little this thing. I don't know what you want to call it. I almost called it a cloaking device. I don't know. I'm just making up words. So, because I've got him kind of jumping in the air, I've got stuff being all thrown around. So, like his little shoulder pauldrons. See how thick this is? That's what I'm talking about. It's a lot thicker. They're being raised up a little bit because he's jumping through the air. So, same thing with this one. All right, so see, that's what I wanted. I wanted it in front of this mask to show the movement. Yeah, he's in such a dynamic jumping position that it's kind of just being thrown everywhere, you know? Okay, so there's the middle part. I'm gonna hang that down here real fast. Same thing, let me add a little bit of flair here. I wanted to do like that, like hollow in the center, but it's getting a little small and I can't do all that. Now, he's got a lot of stuff on him, so I'm gonna draw this before I forget. He's got his little packs. Don't know what they are. What do you call it? Ammo? God, I could not think of that word. I could not think of the word ammo just now. So, is that what it is? Just ammo that he keeps on him? Who knows? It's Star Wars. It's just cool stuff. See, again, too much tiny detail to worry about that kind of stuff. I want to do more. But, again, it's just, there's too much. And it's all going to be colored in black anyway, so it's like, why am I doing all that? Why am I adding all those lines? Just because I love drawing. That's what it comes down to. All right, so his shoulder piece is going to be underneath here, like this. Okay? This one, too, is coming out this way. And because he's got a lot of armor, and I want to get right. And it's very intricate. Okay, let's see. Now again, this comes over here and kind of disappears back here like this. And it's got a little bit of a layer to it. So, we're going to go up like this, like this. It's kind of, I call it a 3D layer because it's got like a raise to it, you know? Okay, so, and there's more on top of that. So that's not the only part. Like his, let's see, it's going to come down here like this. It's going to come in. So there's more bulk and heft to him. It's just, that's all we can see right now. So I'm going to draw his shoulder. I'm going to shoulder his bicep piece like this. The other one's out here like this. Connect them. Again, I'm following my sketch, so I'm not just drawing a random stuff floating, but I kind of am. I'm just saying I'm following my sketch of to where the stuff is supposed to be. Now underneath is his cloth suit. And and that's the part I'm going to add creases and folds and things like that. So all the cuts and the marks and the scorches and all that stuff, I'm going to worry about that with color. I'm just going to do the hard edges here. Okay, so his elbow piece, again, that's going to be material. Connect it like that. Same thing here, he's going to have his forearm piece. That's the nice thing about some of these troopers, is just all you got to do is draw stuff like that. It's blank, and I want to do more to it. I really do, but it's what do you call it? Oh no, he doesn't. His is cloth on that arm, is it? Maybe it looks like it. Okay. Anyway, sorry. It's going to be taken care of with color. That's what's going to make it stand out. So unfortunately, I do have to leave some negative space of just a blank armor. But it won't be blank for long. We all know that. All right, fives. Okay, so he's just going to be holding his blaster. So I'm going to draw his hand up like this to his thumb. This is where the back of the gun is going to be. The fingers are going to wrap around like this. And then the front of the trigger guard. His fingers on the trigger. And then I'm going to draw the bottom of the gun. Forgot to do that. Connect it right there. I'm going to draw something for the blaster. Now, he's just got kind of a generic looking blaster, so I'm just going to try to do my best. Draw straight by hand. Something like that. Maybe I should draw the bottom of his hand, huh? That would be important, right? Let me add some detail. And all I'm going to do for the detail is just do like maybe some manufactured edges like this. Don't know why. We're just going to say that's like what his blaster would look like if someone was making it, you know? Oh, and also let me wrap around the knuckles a little bit like this. Just to show edges. Okay, we're good with that arm. So this one is pretty much the same. Well, I was going to say pretty much the same thing, but it's not. It's a completely different angle. Paper's buckling, sorry. So same thing, we're going to do the bicep arm coming down like this. You can't really see much of what's going on in there. This one's bent, so like that. Because it's foreshortened, it's kind of overlapping itself, so you don't see as much. So I'm going to draw his gun handle here. His hand wrapped around it. So there's only so much you're going to see. Let's see, we're going to draw the gun up like this. So that means we're going to draw the finger over it like that. And I've got this one kind of turned a little bit, so I'm going to follow this line. I'm going to go up like that. This is going to come up here. And then, because when I draw underneath guns like this, it's cool, but you're kind of limited as what you can see. So we're just going to do that, and that's pretty much all we can do because of the way that it's positioned. But as long as you add some extra lines where you need them, you know, we can just make it our own. But that's all we got to do there. All right, so let's see. So he's got a lot of stuff on the outside of this, what do you call it? Forearm piece. I have trouble with this all the time. Like, what do we call this? It's not armor because it's got like extra tech stuff on it, you know, so it's not armor, it's not, I don't know what to call it. Like I said, all I know is that it's like a metal forearm piece. Oh well. Okay, so let's get back to what we're gonna do here. So he's got his belt. So So I'm going to draw the old trooper belt pieces and the old trooper rectangles, squares, whatever you want to call them. And I'll add some extra detail on in a second. I'm just kind of placing things around of where you know the belt parts might go. And also that means I'm gonna close that up right there. That's his armor piece on the inside. Let me add a little extra detail for these packs. They got a certain look to them. Let's see. Yeah, leave that one alone, leave that one alone. Let's do this. It just got a nice manufactured edge look to it. That's why I want to make sure I add something like that to it. Okay. Oh, and also, let's do this middle piece here. All right. Cool. Okay, so he's got his guns, or he's got his, I don't know what. I don't know if those are holsters or what, but like those little straps. One's coming across over here like this. Okay. Put this one down here. We're going to see the bottom side of it because of the way that he is positioned. This one is strapped over here. We're going to say this one's kind of flying up. Again, because he's jumping through the air, he's going to have a little bit of movement on all of his stuff, you know? And I'm going to go ahead and close this off and say, well, that's the bottom half of this one, which is that right there. And he's got he does have a gun holster over here, so I don't know what these are. I don't know what that holds. But his gun holster, I'm gonna put it, okay, so watch this. Here's what we're gonna do. He's got his little skirt piece. We're gonna say it's coming through here like this. Like that, flying up. Coming down to his leg. And it's going up like this, like that. His holster is going to be back here. Again, you can't really see it as much because of the way that he's jumping. This does have an edge to it. Let me clean this up a little bit. Now it does have those stripes for his color, but we're going to worry about that with color. I'm not doing that here. All right. Okay, so same thing here. We got his other skirt strap hanging down like this. This one's going back behind that. Again, I'm going to add the edge to it, just to give it that little bit of extra. Cool. How's yours looking? Awesome. This one's need a little something. You know, just a little bit extra is all I needed. All right. So he probably has a holster over there too, since it's, you know, a double barrel. It's two guns at once, so we'll say that's what that is. We'll just do something like that. So see, he's got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. All right, so let's bring this all together. So his crotch piece is right here. Like that. His leg, his thigh is going to come down here. And he's just got that trooper armor leg, so going to bring the back like that. Going up that way. This one too. This one's coming down this way. Now, okay, so he's got his armor kneecaps. Like that. We'll do this one again at a different angle, so kind of comes up like this because he's got his leg bent. Okay. There's his leg. Oh, and let's draw his underclothes like that. Let's see. You can see a couple of lines. Now, again, it's got armor that I kind of like to do this kind of stuff just to give it a little bit of an edge, but color is really going to take care of a lot there. You know, there's only so much that we're going to be able to do. That color would be much better. Oh, you know what? So this is one complete piece, right? I always forget this. That flowing all the way through. I always forget that. So glad I got it. All right, so let's see. So again, we're just drawing his legs. Like that. Let's go ahead and finish up this leg so you see where we are. I'm gonna go ahead and do the front of the shoe, that little overhang piece. That's kind of like a laces, I guess. And he's got this foot kind of pointed down. So we're seeing an odd angle of that boot. Now, he does have some specific shapes in here that I want to just make sure I do like this. Color will take care of the rest. And I'm just kind of throwing that in there, okay? All right, so same thing here. We're gonna do his very specific shin piece. Okay, close that off. And that's what I was doing there, so we're just gonna go ahead and exaggerate it like this. Color will take care of the rest. That little kind of an ankle piece, but it's not really. So now I'm going to do a shoe. I'm going to do more of the bottom of the shoe this time. Like that. He's got such an open angle that you can see the bottom foot. Pretty cool, right? All right. And there you go, done. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Fives from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.